Dun, dun, dun. Good morning. How is everybody going? England and Wales, folks. It's only a couple of minutes away. Thomas says, what a match from the French. Yeah, they were pretty good. I haven't even had time to take their jersey off. Jez is here. Oh yeah, Mark has seen it. Cheers, Jezza, and Richard for that. Yeah, I've bitten the bullet this year and decided I'll just bloody get up. Last year, all the Italy games were on at the horrendous time for me, whereas this year not so much. So I've kind of forced myself to get up. It is the only guaranteed way to avoid spoilers is just to get out of bed. So yeah. What are we thinking, folks? What are we thinking for England against Wales? Predictions? England are favourites. Anybody picking an away win for Wales? I'll give you guys a time check in just a second. I've just had kickoff now, so I'm probably a few seconds behind some of you. Oh, goodness me. Wales have made a meal of that. 10 seconds. Right about now. Jesus says England by 10. Alad, mate, good to have you along. Mike's got England by 4. John's got Wales by 5. It's all England so far, 26 seconds in. Mike Adamson's the ref for this one. Dan Bigger's yelling at the touchy. Olivier, good morning from France. Good morning, mate. Sun's not up here yet. I imagine you are a pretty happy man right about now. Your boys put in a pretty good shift. Jean-Baptiste got England by 8. Should be closer than the last game anyway. Jack would love a draw. Stranger things have happened. Flishen's popping in before I have to be the sacrificial Welsh lamb in this English house. Tough life. Harry Randall went to Allard's school. No way. Surely not. England unsurprisingly opting for the 3. Nice way to get the game started for them if they can go for it. Dell said, sorry to hear Inga the winger has died. As an England fan, he was loved even if we were getting run over by him. Yeah, man, he was one of the first guys to get me into the game. One of the first guys I could recognise as a child, that's for sure. Jean-Baptiste, Tito, since what do you think of this England side this year? Haven't seen a lot of them for the moment. They are a bit of a mixed side at the moment. And it is 3-0. Eddie is slowly starting to introduce some of these kind of younger guys, so I think they are maybe a year behind some of the other teams in terms of their development. But Eddie reckons that's how you get them to peak at a World Cup, so you have to wait and see. Randall and his brother are very much English. Okay, well then he's wearing the right jersey then. The world's breaker, the greatest player is about to kick. Tongue in cheek. It's all England so far, ball in hand. Wales haven't had bugger all. 3 minutes and 30 seconds coming up on my clock right now. Oh, the crowd's belting out Swing Low Sweet Chariot. And the Twickenham turf is not Liam Williams' friend as he slips over. Wales are pinged again. Harry Randall wants to take it quickly, but nope, not on the right mark. Portugal says Hydra just beat the Netherlands 59-3. The Netherlands seem to be a bit of a whipping boy in that European Championship, eh? Russia getting kicked out of the World Cup. Yeah. Yeah, that's depressing stuff. But, yeah. Jack Kearney, Nigel Owens said Johnny Sexton and Dad Bigger would be the two best referees in the world. I always think they know more than what the ref has said. It'd be fascinating to see a guy like that actually take up the whistle after retirement, eh? But I'm trying to think. Marcus Smith has just nailed another penalty. What was I going to say? A lot of former players take up the whistle, but has any like top like Johnny Wilkinson, Dan Carter level guy ever taken it up? Harry Randall loves the quick taps, says Helen. He does. He is very much a running halfback. Fun to watch. He's going to box kick this time, though. Sexton would find a way to tear his hammy while riffing. Yeah, it's like refs have to do a lot of running, that's for sure. Porrick, mate, how's it going? I'm 6.5 minutes into this one. Freddie Stewart couldn't take that high ball. Nick Tompkins put boots a ball. But Daly's going to have too much gas. And he's put into touch. And his own goal. Seems like 9s would always complain more than 10s. I think the most common guys to take up the whistle are usually 9s, right? Problem is, refereeing is a full-time job. You have to work your way up. Yeah. I think they do have like fast-track programs for former players. But yeah, you still have to earn your stripes. Gareth Mifty didn't have Fiku in your fantasy team? Or just your own team? I forgot to change my fantasy team until I got up for the first match, so my Scotland and France players were already locked in, so I kind of stuffed that up. Alright, big 5-metre scrum for England on D. Wales need a... it's a free kick to Wales. They'll set that again. I had Pinot, Jaminet, Fiku and Aldrit for France. We won't talk about your Scottish picks, Jack. Yeah, I had Jaminet from the last round, Pinot on my bench, but not as my super sub. I didn't even choose a super sub. apparently. I had Audrey and Dupont. What do I think of Jaminet's match for France? I think that's one of the worst games I've seen him play, mate. Not just the goal kicking, but I mean, he kicked a good 50-22, but I don't know, he gave away a dumb penalty. I think he dropped a couple of balls. Yeah, not his best effort anyway. Yeah, Gareth, you did remind me, and then I went to make the changes before I went to bed, but then I must have got distracted and I forgot. So I made the changes that I could, but my French and Scottish players were locked in. I had made some changes at the end of the last round, but that was a fortnight ago, so... this scrum has taken an age, by the way. We're already almost at 10 minutes. April 2, kia ora. How is it going? Dawning of the Age says, hello, Mark. I'm watching with your Patreon member, Patrick H. He's a close friend of mine today. I had a dream that we were with me in New Zealand on a beach in a hut going over rugby stats. That does sound like a dream. Gotta love me some rugby stats, mate. And the weather has been bloody nice over here, I will say that. Again, taken off the mark. Jimena had a square foot today. Fair enough. That's probably the way of putting it. Maybe do long next time, but we'll have to wait and see. Right, Wales have got advantage. What can they do here? What can Wales do with advantage? Bit of magic. And bad. Nope. Back blindside. Tompkins. Nah. Scrum resets Kakin, and yeah, pretty painful. April 2 says France were great to watch today, and you are not wrong. They were on fire. Alan says the refs had a mare. To be honest, I don't usually talk a heck of a lot about refs, but Mike Adamson is not one of my favourites. He's right up there with TMO Ben Skeen in my estimations. Well, that's a big let-off for England. Oh, but here goes Cuthbert. Go, man. Oh, he's just flattened Stewart, but he got taken down. Slow ball. Cowan Dickey. Oh, they've turned them over. It was good against Ireland for sure, but a little competition never hurts. This is the French fullback position. I want to see how he reacts when put on the bench. Plus, Doolan is a good player, so yeah. It can't hurt to give him a crack. And Jesus says, yeah, remember, Jamina never missed a thing against Ireland. Yeah, today it didn't matter, but other games it might matter. Pork, are you going to watch the Ireland-Italy game? I will definitely watch it. I may not stream it. I think that could be pretty messy. I have enough trouble writing notes and watching games and live streaming at the same time when it's a regular game. That one could get pretty hairy. I think Ireland's going to be rather fired up. Should get a clock so we can sync up. I know. I do time checks every now and again. I'll let you know when I'm at 14 minutes. It'll be in about 8 seconds. Right, 14 minutes right about now. Almost at Marius Jonker level. Marius Jonker is also pretty crap. Unfortunately, as much as I like the name Marius because it's a cool name, he's also not one of my favorites. Oh, what a line-out steal. That was from what do I keep calling Wales? France. Wales pinched some English line-out ball. And Jesus says both sides are struggling at set piece. Yeah. Not that fluid just yet. Uh-oh. Here goes Marcus Smith. Oh, it's a penalty to England. Not rolling away. Marcus Smith will surely slot that one. Nicholas Mann, I hope things are going well in South Africa. I've seen a couple of the URC results for your teams. I'll have to see if I can watch one or two. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe today. It's only freaking 6 o'clock in the morning. Sharks won, that's all I care about. Nice. Sharks are coming into some good form, seemingly. Ooh, he's missed that one wide. There you go, Allard. Justice. Almost, well, we're 17 and a half minutes in. And Jezza, I don't know how he missed it. That's unusual one for the likes of a Marcus Smith. His boot's usually pretty reliable. Conditions don't seem too bad. Sun was as an eye, as there were locusts. Wasn't his fault. I'm sure it wasn't. Box kick. And it's a nice one from Randall. Liam Williams is in all kinds of trouble. He's in touch. Wales under the pump at the minute. Yeah, sometimes I feel like Mike Adamson is being caught by the quick play. He's not letting anybody go quickly. That's like the third time he's called the teams back for going quickly. Like, guy, come on, let the guys play. Right, big chance for England. They're like 7 meters out. Oh, it's scrappy line-out ball, but they've got it. Toje. Five phases. Welsh defence is holding for now. 7 phases. Is he over? That looked like a touch the chalk. Is Smith the new Wilkinson with a better haircut? Does he have a better haircut, mate? His haircut annoys me. He's always pushing his hair out of his eyes. Drives me up the wall. But I'm just a grumpy old man. Nah. Just short. Jezza, yeah, he was about as close as he's gonna get. April 2 is mentally blocked his haircut out. I honestly don't know why I care, eh? Like, it honestly shouldn't annoy me. But every time I see him just like shaking his head when he's lining up a kick to get the freaking hair out of his eyes, it's like, bro, just cut it an inch shorter. You won't have to do that. Anyway. Imagine having hair like that. I mean, I had a stupid haircut when I was younger. Yeah, Watkins got a bit of blood, so Jonathan Davis is on for a wee bit. They're going to check foul play. Okay. TMO has spotted what? What's he done? Liam Williams, you naughty boy, what have you done? He doesn't look guilty. His hair's not in his eyes, that's a good start. What the hell happened there? Ah, he had a wee swat at it. Naughty boy. Yellow card. Elliot not happy with that call. Wow, he was a bit of a naughty boy there, mate. And Thomas Francis has been called up for an HIA. Goodness gracious me, there's bodies coming and going all over the shop. Alright, Nicholas, man, take care of yourself. Like, Thomas Francis has got a pretty awful haircut as well, but to be honest, it doesn't bother me as much as the hair in the eyes. I don't know. Leon Brown's coming on. I haven't seen him, the Six Nations yet. Yellow card clock is meanwhile ticking along. They're going to fix the haircut. It's a haircut injury assessment. I like that. That's pretty good. Haircut assessment. You're off. Why is Marcus Smith still on the field then? Reset that, Scrum. Yellow card continues to tick away. Men often have odd haircuts. Liam has shaved his head for 20 years. Like shaved it like a zero? Like fully shaved? Jezza just sticks with the skinhead as well. Time is off. They're mucking around at this scrum. Scrum resets are taking too long. Yep, 0. Well, the good thing about, like Jezza says, and Alad for your man Liam, is if you shave your hair, I feel like you don't age as much. Like your hair never goes grey. You never lose your hair. Like Samuel L. Jackson hasn't aged that much. Because you've never seen him lose his hair or, go grey over time. I mean, it's not just that, but I feel like it's a factor. Patrick, mate, g'day. How's it going? Hollywood, man, you as well. Hey, Wales won a scrum penalty. Big moment for Wales, that one. Great use of 3 minutes. That's one of the risks about setting the scrum when you got the extra man, eh? Sometimes you're almost better just tapping the bloody thing. Yours went from jet black flesh into grey when you hit your 30s. I think I might have the odd grey, but for the most part, not just yet. William can't deal with the TV commentary anymore. Switching to me. Sorry, mate. I'm hardly commentating. I'm just talking bollocks while I watch the game. But good to have you along. And it does save money cutting your hair. I cut my own hair as well. Just not down to my skin. Don Brandt with a big carry. Oh, and he's giving it to Tame Basham. I'm surprised at 46 I don't have any grey hair, but Liam does. You can kind of see it even with the skin. Is that right? Yeah, I feel like I've got the odd fleck, but nothing too bad. Even my brother, he's like 41. He doesn't really have any yet, so. Did I say Leinster's new signing? No. Who did Leinster sign? This match isn't as exciting as the French game. The French game, what's the minute? We're at 24. They'd had 1, 2, 3 tries, and the fourth one wasn't too far away. Oh, Tame Basham just... What, are they looking at him fending off laws? Cowan-Dickey knocked it on. Jason Jenkins, oh, proper unit of a man, that fella. Good lock, loose forward cover. That's good. Wasn't he linked with Munster? Anyway, he's a proper unit. Good player. Mike's got grey in his beard, but not on his head. I can't grow much of a beard, but when I do grow like a goatee, it's interesting, it's black, whereas the hair on my head is brown. I don't know if that's normal. I feel like most people are matching, but no idea how that works. Can we all agree France will probably win the Rugby World Cup, William? Let's see how they finish off the Six Nations. They still got 2 pretty big games to go. Wales away and then England at home. I feel like if France gets across the line, mentally, it's massive. It just gives you that extra little bit of confidence, you know what I mean? France has peaked too soon, says James. See, there you go, you may be right. That's why Eddie reckons it's a 3-year cycle. So he started blooding his guys last year, right? End of last year, he started blooding all his new guys, likes of Freddie Stewart and whatnot. Because he reckons you peak in your 3rd year. Maybe he's right. Have I seen the Force game yet, Blockmaster? I've seen the score, but I didn't see the game. I went to bed early so I could get up and watch France and Scotland at like stupid o'clock. Yeah, Cowan-Dickey's off. Right, we're actually back into game time now. 24 minutes and 40 seconds as they set a scrum. Marcus Smith having a wee run. Five minutes gone in the card. Wales are doing alright thus far. Daly puts boot to ball. Wales will have a line out in their own 22. I would have thought man up, you keep the ball in hand, but no, well, commentator reckons the same. Mike Adamson's not letting nobody do anything quickly. Didn't he used to referee sevens? I thought that would have been like his cup of tea. And Jezza echoes my sentiments. This ref isn't letting any quick takes go. Yeah, I know, it's bizarre. Is Gazza calling it at halftime? Given that it's 6:20 in the morning, he probably is up actually, but I doubt he's watching the game. He might be. He may not be out of bed yet. I'm not sure. I could call him, but I think I'll leave him sleep. Oh, Malins has just dropped it. Josh Adams is having a run. I haven't seen much of him. Whoa, what a one-handed pass, Thomas Williams. Go Cuthbert. Out the back door, offload. Ross Moriarty. And they've lost the ball. Jeez, no one can hold past 5 faces in this one. Jack Cooney says absolute bore fest. It's not quite the same as the last game, to be fair. Two and a half minutes left on the card. Setting the scrum. Leon Brown's still on. They're taking a long time to sort out Thomas Francis, but I guess they have to do like the 10-minute stand down, right? So he'll be back on in a minute. The commentator's just mentioned it. Bigger with the cross kick. Oh, Allard. This is an apology for all the biased comments I make. No worries, mate. Appreciate that, man. We can all be a bit like that. You guys have managed the yellow card well, to be fair. There's only like a minute and a half to go. So yeah, still very tight stuff. But yeah, cheers, Allard, man. Hope you're going good. They better come out after halftime pumped for a good fast half. I needed some exciting relief after all the madness in the world. I know, April 2, the last game, France and Scotland was welcome distraction. Is that my kids I can hear? It's 6:30, so my kids might be up soon. And Ellen, yeah, you pop up on the screen now. It's all automatic. Very nifty. The mullet survived. Yeah. Despite the head injury assessment, Thomas Francis has still got his mullet. They must have not had any clippers. England, with 30 seconds left on the card, have managed to get themselves a penalty. They're going to call for the posts. Half an hour on the clock. Yellow card is done. Once this kick goes over or misses, Liam Williams will be back on the field. Hydra says to look up. Surely he's not going to miss this one. He's nailed it. Nine points, 2-0. Messy restart. But England have secured it. Oh man, seeing Liam Williams take an aerial ball is it's a nice sight. Thankfully he's back on the field. Wales are going backwards. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say Bigger's going to have to put boots a ball, but he doesn't. He gets it to Cuthbert again. Cuthbert's had a few carries. Victoria, good morning. How is it going? Did you watch the France game? Which position has the most pressure? I mean, I guess traditionally it's 10, right? Because you're supposed to run the team. And I guess like Jean-Baptiste says 9. Because 9, you have to boss your forwards around. And it takes a bit of confidence to do that kind of stuff. Like 9's got a lot of decisions to make, as does 10. Victoria says the France game was awesome, Scotland unlucky, but how about that Canes one? Did you really have to go there? That game was... I went to bed so mad. I mean, it was beautiful as a neutral, but I'm not freaking neutral for that one. God, I was pissed off. The Blues always find a way to do that shit to me, honest to goodness. Anyway. Mike hasn't watched Super Rugby yet. Honestly, man, I feel like the interest levels in general are down on the comp, just judging by my own videos. It's probably partly the South African audience just not being there, eh? It's just not getting the same attention. April Tui didn't see the Blues or Canes. Well, basically, April Tui, if I can distract you from the game that is England and Wales right now, the Blues were up by like 18 points with 10 minutes to go, and we lost. We were up by 11 points with 5 minutes to go. We were up by 6 points with about a minute to go. The Canes managed to score again and again and again. Yeah. Oh, sorry, spoilers, I know, but man, it was like 12 hours ago. RCE player has crashed. Oh, goodness me. Let me know when it comes back up. Slade's just put a pretty freaking good kick into Wales's corner. That was pinpoint accurate. Like, he may not have Manu's big block-busting, ball-carrying game, but man, he just put a massive kick and it just dribbles over. Did they pass that back into their own half? If not, it's a 50-22. If they passed it back, then it'll be Wales's ball. Oh, it is a 50-22. Wow. Big chance for England. Was a hell of a game though, says Shonak. You are right. And I could appreciate the spectacle and the last minute comeback win. But if I can swear for a moment, as a Blues fan, I was absolutely fucking livid. I was freaking tearing my hair out, man. That's just so fucking Blues to do that kind of thing. Why do they do that to me? Why? How the fuck do you lose when you're in that position? Anyway, Ellard, give me a number so that you become biased to Wales. Wow. I don't know, man. The Blues are the team that I'm most biased with, to be fair. But cheers, man. I appreciate that. Good on your boys. They've just shut down that attack. Good escape for Wales. They should be able to go in kind of 9 points down maybe. Anyway, we'll see. Look how happy Marcus Smith was. He was pretty happy with the Slade kick. He's not going to be happy now. Look at Wyn Jones. Wyn Jones is absolutely pumped. Roger Tuivasa looked pretty solid. He did. He missed that last tackle, but overall I think his impact was positive. And yes, Jez, it's the joy of being a sports fan. State-sponsored commentary. Blues never even provided a speed bump. I know, they were just not in it, eh? They were just spectators for those last few minutes. Really quite annoying. Did I see Ken Owens having a pint at the Connacht Scarlets game? I did. If you guys missed it, Ken Owens, injured Welsh hooker, was spotted at the Scarlets game. He brings up a beer to his lips like this, sees he's on camera, and just slowly hides it away. It's like, if he'd just taken a sip and put his drink back down, nobody would have even mentioned it, I don't think. But because he was trying to hide it, it kind of blew up a bit on social media. Super Rugby, Jean-Baptiste, is the New Zealand and Australian equivalent of the top 14. So it's our local provincial competition. 5 New Zealand teams, 5 Australian teams, plus now 2 Pacific teams. That's where all our All Blacks play their club rugby. Two minutes to go. Edwards talking about the English midfield, mate. Yeah, I don't know what it is with Lawrence, eh? He doesn't seem to be able to get a fair crack. When they played him, they often shoved him out on the wing at certain times in games. It was bizarre. He wasn't really given a chance to do his thing, I felt. And it would be nice to have a bit of beef in the midfield, eh? Like, Slade's good. We just saw that kick from him. He's a great distributor. But sometimes you need a bit of beef, eh? Depending on the game. And Manu's just very injury prone. I feel sorry for him. And formerly Super Rugby had South African teams as well. It did. Unfortunately, no longer. Tyke Furlong was having a beer. That was funny when he was doing the drinky motion with Cyril Bay. Right, a minute to go. Not even. 30 seconds. Can England score points before half-time, or will Wales hold them out? Smith tackled. Slow ball. Randall Knowles well off his wing. Randall sniping. He's dangerous. 15 seconds left in the first. Sad about Inga the winger. Yeah, he was still only in his 50s, but I mean, he was a real big guy. Like, he put on a lot of weight after his rugby career. It doesn't make it any less sad. But yeah, it's one of those things. Those guys need to look after their health, eh? England have got a penalty. They'll probably take the 3 before half-time. Didn't he have the same issue as Jonah? I think Joeli Vidiri had a kidney issue. I'm not sure about Inga. I think he was just a big man. No worries, Jean-Baptiste. Watch some Super Rugby, man. Follow my Blues. They're a fun team to watch. Don't enjoy watching people suffer, but it would have been amazing to see your reaction to that last Kane's try. I was remarkably subdued because my son was next to me. I let him watch like the end of the game. And yeah, I just kind of stewed in my own juices. But if I'd been streaming, I probably would have lost my shit. Yeah. He'll slot this, surely. It'll be 12-0. $12-0 lead at halftime. Right. Ugh. Well, no tries. No tries. But, yeah. Half-time is upon us. Juice says we'll just help. Please, we've held the English out somehow. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird game, isn't it? I am curious to look up some stats. Sad, isn't it? They seem to get very big from rugby and then afterwards just end up big and sick. It's a shame. A lot of people make fun of too heavy. Your nan got diabetes as well. Yeah, I mean, some of it's just the Kiwi diet, man. Like my mum, her mum was, by the time she died, she was massive, and my mum's sisters, a couple of them are pretty big units as well. So yeah, they just don't look after themselves, eh? Right, possession 62-38 to England, territory 49-51 to Wales, so pretty close. Run meters 239 to 173. England's favour. England have made way fewer tackles. They've made 50. Wales have had to make 91. But both sides tackling with pretty good numbers. So, yeah. Describe that half in 3 words. Not the best. Kiwis have a high rate of obesity for sure. They reckon America will be 70% obese by 2030. Yeah, it's pretty bad, eh? It's pretty bad. Although I'm not sure about some of the numbers, how they measure that. Like, if they're just measuring it by BMI, like I am obese. Me. I don't think I'm that fat. I mean, I'm like 100 and how many? At my biggest, I was like 110 kilos, and I didn't look like a prop. But just because I'm tall, the BMI thing doesn't seem to work. I don't think it works for a lot of, for Pacific Islanders, I don't think it works that well either, because they are just seemingly built more solid, so it always says they're overweight even when they're not seemingly overweight. I don't know. Is RTE still broken? What height am I, Brian? I'm like 194 in centimeters, so like 6'4". So yeah, the weight's pretty spread out. Like 100 kilos for a lot of people would be massive, but for my height, I don't think it's too bad. Okay, RT is back up. Good, good, good. BMI is not diagnostic, says Allard. Yeah, I feel like it works for people of certain races and certain heights, but not for those of us at more extremes. I missed all the first half. Jesus, that's pretty poor. And yeah, to be fair, of all the halves of rugby you could have missed, maybe that's a decent one to not miss. Stop and start as the way to describe the first half. Yeah, that's actually probably even better. This ref's a bit much. He won't, like, how many times has he called playback for going fast? 4, 5 times? Couple of quick taps, quick line out. Like, he's not letting nothing go. Hundred kgs is okay. Yeah, I mean, even my brother, he's like a little bit taller than me. My older brother, he's maybe 6'5", so like 195 or 196, and he's about 120 kilos. And he's got a bit of a gut, but he still doesn't look. He doesn't look, huge. Still no excuse for how bad RTA. Well, if you got a VPN, just jump on the BBC or ITV, whichever one's showing it. Yeah, mate, how's it going? Yeah, Process, you're so tall, your waist circumference should really be half your height, and you'll be healthy for sure. Okay, I'll have to measure my waist. Would you say France are now better than the All Blacks? Based on what we've seen recently, probably, yeah. Yeah, I think they've got better props than we've got. I think the All Blacks are still competitive in a lot of positions, but yeah, I think across the board, probably. RTE players working fine where you are, Brian. Okay. Technology's a bit of a mix. April 2 agrees. France are better than the All Blacks. I mean, France are right up there with everybody, eh? Hey, Mike's not sold on Fozzie. Yeah, the All Blacks do look a little bit rudderless, directionless. I don't know. Do you think Scott Robertson will become the new All Blacks coach soon? I don't think so. Just because the All Blacks have locked in Fozzie to his contract, I can't see that changing. We are at halftime. P. Yeah, we're at halftime. Conan Fries, did you get the jersey I sent you? I got one jersey the other day from Mark. This is the only one I got. I haven't opened it yet. Gotta say thanks for the heads up on the Rugby Network, by the way. I picked the Free Jacks because of their nice jersey. Well done, mate. The Free Jacks do have a nice jersey. And the sort of Irish connection, loving them are good, man. It's a bit of fun, eh? Yeah, it's definitely a bit of fun. I haven't seen any of the games this weekend, but I'll be sure to watch some probably today or tomorrow. I still need to watch some Super Rugby. I'd like to catch up on a little bit of URC and Premiership, and then the MLR. Honestly, my weekends are absolutely buggered. Juice read that as Scott Morrison. Yeah, we don't want him anywhere near the team, to be fair. Jez is a qualified personal trainer, so weight and height is too simplistic. Body composition should be measured. Muscle, water, and fat content. Right. That makes sense. I feel like, as Alan said, BMI is a bit simplistic. That's it. Okay, good man. I did send you a message that I got it. I sent you one yesterday. You must have not seen it yet. It took a bloody while to arrive, eh? But oh well, better late than never. I'll open it at the start of March. Possibly France and Ireland are the two top teams in the world right now. I mean, I still think on their day, the All Blacks can beat anybody. South Africa can beat anybody. I mean, there's not that much between, England, Wales, and even Scotland. I mean, Scotland got handed to them today. The Wallabies, yeah, I don't know. If I had to pick a top four right now, it's probably New Zealand, South Africa, Ireland, and France. But like I said, on their day, anybody can really beat anybody. And by the way, Mike, I haven't opened that jersey, but it's taunting me. I try to wait till the start of every month before I crack it open. So, yeah, cheers for sending that through. Rankings might not mean much, but South Africa are number one for a reason. Yeah, I mean, South Africa won some good games last year. They had a harder run with the Rugby Championship being away from home, but they still dropped some games. They'd probably be a bit higher in the rugby rankings if the Lions tour was taken into account. So that's probably fair. But because you can't get any world rankings points against the British and Irish Lions, so that's... Yeah, otherwise I think they'll probably be a touch higher than they are. Alan's got Wales in the top four teams. I want to see Wales with their big guns back. At the moment, their depth's getting a bit tested. April 2, don't worry. Second half's going to be better. Second half's where it's at. Hollywood, how can you leave a package unopened? Even when I order printer ink, you have to see it. What can I say? I've got patience of a saint? I don't know, not really. Ireland and France are the two best in the Six Nations, says Leonardo, and will be for the next few years at least. Well, like I said, if Eddie Jones is to be believed, his side's going to peak next year in the World Cup. And April 2, he reminds us all to hit the like button. Yes, do that. I can't actually see how many likes are on from my end, so I have no idea. I've got Winter Olympics highlights on my screen. I think it's the mum and dad of one of New Zealand's athletes giving an interview about their son who just won a medal a while back. Eddie Jones talks out his into the D and backside. Yep, that's probably true as well. April 2 is bad at Christmas, wants to open everything as soon as it's done to the tree. Come on. Nah, you need to have that patience. You need to wait for that moment. We aren't allowed to see anymore. Do you get a lot of dislikes, William? No, I'm usually in the high 90s in terms of the videos. I don't get many dislikes. Yeah. The only videos that I used to get really horrendous like to dislike ratios were back in like 2018, when I would get my match reviews up before highlights packages and people would be looking for the highlights and click on my video, even though it didn't say freaking match highlights and there was no match highlights in the title or description or anything. So people would look and then see my dumb face in front of a whiteboard and go, "Ooh, what's this?" And they would dislike it. But that seems to have kind of tapered off. I guess people have either they realised not to click on that one if it's mine because I've been doing it long enough, or maybe they've become subscribers and I won them over. You never know. Teams are about to come out for the second half. Any dislikes, clearly a miskick. Yeah, no, there'll be a few genuine ones. I think it's rude to dislike people's videos. I only do it for like news channels and their biased ones. To be honest, if I start watching a video that I decide I don't like, I don't leave a shitty comment. I don't dislike it. I tend just to close it. And YouTube does punish you for that. If you watch the first 10 seconds of a video and don't finish it, in YouTube's algorithm, it goes, "Ooh, that's not much view duration," so it kind of makes the video suffer a little bit in the back end. Leonardo asks, "Are you a Star Wars fan? What did you think of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian?" Cheers, man. Appreciate that. A bit of a random question. Second half, by the way, is underway. I have seen about one episode of The Mandalorian when I had Disney Plus for a month, but I didn't have time to finish watching it. I was too busy catching up on 10 years of Marvel. I kind of checked out of Star Wars during the Disney movies because they've been a bit crap. But the first episode of The Mandalorian looked alright. I'll have to, if I ever sign back up to Disney Plus, because I gave myself a mission to sign up for Disney Plus, watch all the Marvel movies, and then unsubscribe. I did that, and if I ever sign back up, I have to finish the show. Star Wars shows are better than the movies. I get that feeling. They've seemingly stopped making the movies, right? Like I watched The Force Awakens and then that... What was that one that was like a standalone story based on like one line of dialogue from like, you know, many boffins died to get us this information? Like that movie? Like I just couldn't get into any of them, eh? Again, maybe just me being a grumpy old man, but nah, I couldn't get into them. I thought they were a bit shit. How's the knee? April 2, can I exercise yet? I can walk around. I'm fully mobile. I just can't walk any long distance, since that knee surgery. I can't, it's still not 100%. I've got to see the knee surgeon on Monday to follow up. I'm assuming he's going to tell me, yep, just keep on with your recovery. So I can still walk around, I can still do the gardening and whatnot. But yeah, if I walk any distance, I start limping. Right, we're at 42 minutes. Rogue One, that's the one. My workmates were like, man, it was great. And I was like, not fussed. But then again, opinions are like, you know what's, and different strokes, different folks. You guys have seen something I haven't seen yet. I'm still at 42.35. Wales have got a line out. You guys are miles ahead. Goodness gracious me, what a terrible line out. Unbelievable. Overthrow straight to Dombrand. Like, that's almost like it was an English set play. The Go-Go Gadget arms to do that over. Cuthbert gave it a crack, but just, he brought him down, but looks like he's grounded it. Yep, got it down just before Dombrand could force it. Sorry, before the Welsh, before Thomas Williams could slide his legs in. I don't think that's a knock on. That looked like a good try to me. Yeah, looks good as gold. Crazy. April's going to try the compost trick. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I've had pretty good success with it. The old Bokashi composting. Yeah, everything I planted after it did its trick did really well. So yeah, I recommend it. 17-0. I'll update the scoreboard on the tick after this conversion. He's missed that one. He's pushed it out to the right. 17 points, 2-0. $17-0. Do I think France will win a Grand Slam? Well, they've set themselves up pretty nicely. They would be foolish to underestimate Wales and Cardiff, but or England at home, so they've still got two tough games. But they've certainly set themselves up pretty nicely. France are going to have fun with Wales. Well, people said Scotland would go in and beat Wales as well, but yeah, I think France will certainly be favourites. Wales could use Reece Zammit. Yeah, he's been a bit... He's not looked 100% in the first two games. His foot was really strapped for the Ireland game and he didn't really run the ball much, Leonardo uses seaweed as fertilizer for your potatoes and veggies. That's not a bad idea. England too much for Wales, Mr. Welshman. So far, mate. Yep. So far. Your boys have to score next, don't they? If they score next, it's game on. I don't think there's any lady who loves Marcus Smith as much as he loves himself. That's something my dad would say. Is it just the haircut? The media talks him up a lot. I don't know about himself. Allard, mate, don't get behind the Crusaders. No. It's not that bad yet. Wales have got a scrum penalty. Right. Kick it down the English end. Set up some kind of magic set play, Wales, for the game. Tars lost, Scarlets lost, Bears won. Not doing great in life as grim. Try being a Blues fan. Marcus Smith has talked up big time here in Ireland. Everywhere seems to be talking up Marcus Smith, but I don't know. I don't know if I've seen much from the man himself, other than the fact that he's got a boy band style 90s haircut that he continually flicks his head. Come on, Wales. I thought they knocked it on earlier, but they're still going. Phases. Oh no, my stream is buffering. What's going on? Oh no, I'm back in the action. Oh no. Wales have been turned over. I've had the haircut. It's impossible not to look like a twat with it. Yeah, basically. He'll cut his hair when he's a bit older. He's still a young man. Randall, not the best clearance kick of his life, but it's it's made it decently outside the 22 actually. Give him credit, it was alright. Alan's not a fan of this ref. I could have told you that before the game, mate. Four Irish players this week: Hanson, Ringrose, Carberry and Jameson Gibson Park. I think I've got a couple of those guys for sure. I certainly put Carberry into my team as captain once I made the changes after the French game had started. Itoje not penalised, yeah. Oh, it's another England penalty. On his feet. Yeah, Wales has come away with nothing every time they've gotten down England's end. April 2, the ref is Mike Adamson. He's a Scottish ref. And like you know me, I don't usually talk about refs very much because I generally think, you can't control it. And personally, I don't think there's many games where the ref is like the deciding factor. Like of all the variables, I don't think the ref is usually the number one deciding factor. But yeah, Mike Adamson usually sucks. I think he's the only top-level Scottish ref at the moment, and part of me thinks maybe that's why they keep giving him games until some other Scottish ref can come along through the ranks. Looking at this, France won't be scared of either team. I suppose, Jezza, you're probably right. Although, based on the first round, Scotland should have beaten Wales in the second, and then Wales came back and won, so you never know. And Hollywood's giving good advice there, Johan, mate. That's basically the way to get and earn your stripes. Malins took that one into touch 5 metres out from England's goal line, so Wales, if there's a time to score, it's probably now. Come on, win your line out. It's messy, but they've got the ball back. Don't go into touch. Whatever they had planned is now gone. Faletau driven backwards. Is that Big Tom Francis with a carry? He got over the advantage line. Will Rowlands getting forward. Come on, quick ball. Oh, and Watcom, we've not seen a lot from him. Come on. Hey, try time. Josh Adams. Hoorah. Finally. Game on. Game needed that. Definitely needed that. They almost lost that line out, which would have mucked it all up, but they managed to just hold it. Good score. Liam Williams was giving someone a shush. Maybe the English crowd, I'm not sure. And yeah, it was a pretty nice pass to set that up. Thomas Williams, Dan Bigger with the conversion. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed it. That was a very kickable one. Oh, not 7-5. Yeah, that conversion would have been nice, but yeah, it's 17-5 is certainly better than 17-0. Who's rugby's biggest shithouse? You talking about player? Because according to New Zealand rugby players, it's Dane Coles. All Blacks hooker. He's pretty widely disliked for being dirty and a bit abrasive and a bit of a grub, we would call it. They surveyed them, and in an anonymous survey, he won the poll pretty comfortably. Almost at 56 minutes, folks, so there's still lots of game time to go. Marler, he's maybe a good shout. Alan Wynne-Jones would probably say something along those lines. Seven phases. Courtney Laws with another carry. Smith back inside to Don Brunt. Welsh defence is holding. Oh Turnover. Come on. Run the thing. Go. Liam Williams is flying. Go, Josh Adams. Ooh, Freddie Stewart's hand just managed to save that. But they've still got the ball. This game is lighting up, folks. But Mike Adamson blows for a penalty. Luke says, would you agree that Adamson is incompetent? Cheers, Luke. I'm shifting from coffee to water. Honestly, I would say I don't think Mike Adamson is up to international standard. And I don't like giving refs grief, because honestly I think refs get a hard time generally. But yeah, Mike Adamson is just generally on the wrong side of too many calls, I think. Right, Wales have got advantage. Come on, guys. What are you going to do? Bigger? Nah, he's been smashed. Back for the penalty. What do Wales do here? Go again? Who would want to be a ref? Most thankless job there is. Yeah, I agree, Mike. Like, I generally try not to talk smack about refs. Because, as I said, generally, I don't think they decide the outcomes of games. Like, there's so many variables in a game. Like, your kicker could miss 5 conversions in a game, and the ref gives one harsh call against your team at the end, and fans would be like, oh, the freaking ref cost us the game. And it's like, bro, your goal kicker missed how many goal kicks? You guys had it in your hands, and yet you blame the ref. So I generally don't agree with that kind of nonsense. But yeah, Mike Adamson, I do think still kind of sucks. Wales are making hard work of it, but they still got the ball. Patrick, mate, would be hilarious if Wales actually won this game. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. But, I mean, it's a close game, and if you think about it, the English try was a bit of a gift. So, yeah, it could genuinely happen. Whoa, there's a camera under the goal crossbar. That's new. Itoja's hands are supposed to be behind on the line. Tompkins, he's got it. Folks, we got a game. We got a game. Maybe Patrick's calling it. Wales might actually win. Bunch of phases for them. You can see the offsides in 3D, yeah. That's actually quite a good angle, that one. I quite like that. England's got a bit of pressure on them at the minute. Oh, he snuck that one in. Wasn't his most convincing one, but it's a conversion. 17-12. Love Face is back and Love Face is gone. Yeah, April 2, like literally England were offside on the wrong goal line then, pretty much right in front of the ref. I don't think he called it. Most refs will yell at them to get on the line, like even your hands, right? You got to be on the line. But, oh well. Again, I wouldn't want to be a ref. Ref's a really crappy job, but yeah. Angler completely one-dimensional without the Vunipolas and Manu. They are fairly ordinary. I think Billy did have a pretty good game in the Premiership today, but I do like Don Brandt. I do like Don Brandt. What can Marcus Smith do? Oh, Liam Williams has failed to take a high ball. It's uncharacteristic. Yules with the out the back offload. Smith with another kick, but that one is way too easy, and Liam Williams just says, thank you, go back down your own half. Remember the Hurricanes come back. Hollywood, why would you do that to me, mate? I don't want to remember that one. I'm trying my best to forget that one. But yes, it's still fresh in my memory. Victoria's back, and now that the game has livened up, yeah, you've picked a good time to get back on. Max Malins hasn't had a lot doing in this game, but that was a good take. Henry Slade brought down. England have gone 6 phases. They're not really getting a lot of go forward ball. Smith's put in a kick. Ooh, it's an awkward one. Wales kind of made a meal of that, but it was that awkward position between two players. Bit of hesitation. They need a decent exit. Get a feeling nobody on the field is listening to the ref. Crowd's at least getting into it. Right, here goes Slade. Stewart brought down again. I do like Sinclair's hands. For a prop, he's pretty solid. With his hands. Moriarty's gone down. He looks a bit ginger. Sam Simmons hasn't had much doing since he came off the bench. Five phases. Ben Youngs was being held at the back of that ruck, but play on. 81 watches, 49 likes. I don't know how it works, but I know YouTube likes. It's what they do. Victoria, I'm at 65.41, so I'm probably a bit behind most of you all. 8 phases, 9 phases. Jack Morgan wants that ball, but he's not getting it. Oh, it's a pretty rotten pass, and Moriarty's just like, thank you very much, and then knock on each way, I guess. They're playing advantage. How is Moriarty still on his feet? He's not. He's on his knees. Go, Cuthbert. He's still not really able to get properly clean free, is he? Oh, England won a penalty. Why has Ben Curry not been called up? Yeah, it's an interesting one. Maybe he's too similar to his brother. I don't know. Victoria's ahead on a dodgy stream. Why do you need a dodgy stream? You're in France. Can't you just watch it on like France 2? So England lose this. You would have to fancy they win the Triple Crown with Ireland to come. I'm trying to get my head around that. Yeah, Victoria, I'm pretty sure in France it's free to air. It's only Italy that has some of the games on paid TV, as far as I'm aware, for the 6 host nations. Yeah, I know. In New Zealand, everything's bloody paid. Right, Marcus Smith has cleared the hair from his vision. He's lining up the shot. He's nailed that one. Just inside the left upright. Happy days for England. They needed some points. It is 20 points to 12. So back to a 2-score game. Jonathan, mate, how are you going? Oh, triple clown. Is that... Do people actually call it the triple clown if you lose all 3? Really? No wonder I couldn't get my bloody head around it. Kieran Hardy is on. Yeah, he played really well in the Scarlets last game, so hopefully he can add a little bit of zip, although if he tries to go quick, the ref will probably call him back based on what we've seen thus far. 11 minutes to go. Do we see Wales coming back for this one? 2 scores in 11 minutes. Well, they scored 2 tries in about 7, so it's possible. It's the triple frown as well. Okay. Okay. I, like you, Rory, have never heard this term before, but I also approve. Oh, England, big scrum. Big scrum. Courtney Laws calls over Will Stewart to give him a wee good on you, son. England have got the momentum at the minute. Go Wales, pull a Hurricanes. Victoria, you're not going to let that one go for as long as the stream goes, huh? Yeah. Ross Moriarty's coming off. He was looking a wee bit beat up, but he's back. Seb Davis is on. Tends to get about 10 minutes. Ellen's not enjoying this. Still got time, mate. You've still got time. Oh, it's another penalty to England. What do you do here if you're England? Jez and nah, I think we'll leave the Canes fans in the stream. I'm grumpy, but I'm not vindictive. Smith is going to line up the shot, kill another minute. Still stay a 2-score game. Honestly, the hair annoys the living Jesus out of me, but that's just me. It's just me. Don't be a grumpy old man, Mark. Who cares about his hair? He's a very talented young rugby player. Encourage him and allow him to express himself. Yes. And he's nailed that one. That's one of his better ones. (23-12). It's looking like England. I will need therapy for the hair thing. Honestly, it's not. It's about me. I need to just grow up. Not worry about the hair that's in his face. Just I can imagine hair just dangling in my eyes, and it would annoy me. Anscombe's on the pitch. When did he come on? Freddie Stewart's got another aerial ball there. I feel like New Zealand rugby fans can't say anything about other nations' hair. Well, to be fair, I'm very critical of the New Zealand players' haircuts as well. I should probably just leave well enough alone and let them have whatever haircuts they want. Richie McCaw wouldn't have stupid hair like that, though. Just saying. Brian's just jealous of his healthy dark mop. See, I think I could probably still grow a haircut like that if I really wanted to. I haven't gone grey yet. But if I had a haircut like that, I might start. Elle McPherson used to go to my hot yoga studio in London, and her bouncy hair and loudness annoyed you. Who gets a fresh blow dry and then goes to hot sweaty yoga and talks while people meditate? Yeah. That does sound kind of annoying. Oh well. Maybe wanted to be the star of the show, I guess. I don't know. Mountains of Elysium. Yeah, I kind of I feel you on that one as well. I'm not going to mention it again. I'm going to let it go. Wales have gone 9 phases, then knocked it on as the crowd belts out some swing low. You think that might be the game? April Tui shushed her. Well done. I might be too polite to shush someone in that situation. England have won this game. I think Wales have enough time now. Jonathan, yeah, you're probably right, mate. It seems like a bridge too far at the minute. Right. About 4 minutes to go. 6 minutes, sorry. Greenish from the US, Frank. I hope you're having a good one, Frank. We got around 5 or 6 minutes to go in this one. It's looking like a tough road for the Welsh, but if the Canes are anything to go by, it's doable, although conceding a scrum penalty is not going to help the Welsh cause there. Patrick didn't expect Al McPherson to come up in the chat, but there you go. Funnily enough, some of the young ones may not even know who Al McPherson is. She probably still is, a very famous model. Did she act or was it just modeling? I know Liz Hurley did a bit of acting. We do have random things come up in the streams, it's true. Is Pivac in danger of losing his job? I don't think so. I mean, this scoreline's not disgraceful away at Twickenham. He's without a ton of players. So, yeah. Wasn't she in Friends for a couple episodes, Jesus? She may well have been. I don't think I watched Friends since it was actually live, and I didn't even finish it back then. Wales can still do it. They've got time, but they need to score pronto. Can't believe I'm the only person in the world who loves pineapple on a pizza. Yeah, me both, mate. Get the Hawaiian in. Up the Canes. Yes. Meh. Up the Canes. They did it pretty well. Frank also enjoys pineapple pizza. Good man. Loving it. Victoria, loving it. Get behind the team. My girlfriend is rewatching Friends lately, and it's not funny. I'm not sure how well it's aged. I know some people have criticised some of the jokes for being a bit, by today's standards, they wouldn't be appropriate. But I guess that's such is life, right? Everything becomes inappropriate eventually. I don't really know why it's Hawaiian either. I guess it sounded like... I think there is a video about that on YouTube about how it's not really Hawaiian. It was some... Was it an Italian guy or a Greek guy who invented the Hawaiian pizza? I don't remember. Nine phases, Wales, come on. Oh, Wales have got a penalty. They need to go for the sideline here. Time is off. 2 minutes to go. Josh Adams is down, somebody mentioned, indeed. He's not looking a well man. Do they have any subs left? Don't think so. Or, because there's your A, they'll bring him back on. Yeah, you're right. Good call, Hydra. My kids are awake. I can hear it. It's 7:30, 6 here in New Zealand. The sun. Hey, the sun's up. Look at that. He does look out of it, Frank. He's not looking a well man. Pineapple pizza, we won't deny that it's sacrilegious if you won't deny that it's delicious. There you go. Win-win. Come on, Wales. If time is on, you guys need to be moving your asses. What is going on? The screen clock is ticking, but remember, that's not the official time. Frank, mate, I got up for the previous game, so I got up at 3... What time did I set my alarm for? 3:14. 3:14 in the morning. Yeah, I've been up for a while. Commitment. Looking at him. It's 1:36 in Canada. Which part of Canada would that be? Ref didn't say time back on. Right, so don't worry about the clock. As long as the official timekeeper has got it, then don't worry about what's on the screen. That clock's not the official one. Remember, the ref's got the timekeeper in his ear. Eastern part of Canada. Okay. Toronto, maybe. Tell me you're not a Maple Leafs fan. Wales got advantage. Free throw the dice. You got a minute left, guys. Come on. Get moving. Oh, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. Hey, he let a tap go. The ref let a tap go. Would you believe it? I don't believe it. We talked about Kieran Hardy and a tap. How bad is that soft Welsh try looking right now? Honest to goodness. How bad is that line out looking? There's still time for the restart. 3 tries to 1, man. Victoria's going to go for a kebab. Good. Do that. Here we go. Wales have got it all to do, but they're in with a chance. Got to go pretty much coast to coast. But there's a chance. And yeah, you can't turn your back on the opposition. That is true. Three tries to 1. Wales could have won this, and this try they conceded was as soft as it gets. So they will be gutted if they lose it. Ooh, that pass was a bit of a hairy one. Wales have still got it. They've gone forward 20 odd meters. Tension's there, but it's still a long way to go. They're not even in England's half. Quick line speed from England. Wales are going backwards now. They might be... No, not turned over. Will Rollins just tucks and carries. They're going back to the 22 now. England just need to hang on, man. Like, if I was them, I wouldn't really be bothering contesting the breakdown. Just wait for Wales to muck it up, because they've got it all to do. If you give them a penalty, then you're going to give them some free field position. 12 phases. Welsh hands are good so far. My kids are awake, but they haven't burst through the door just yet. Back to the 22-metre line. 13 phases, but they've essentially gone back to where they started. Sweet Chariot is ringing out in the stands, Brian. You're right. Jeez, they keep giving those wide balls out for Liam Williams to catch above his head, but he's doing it out on the left wing. Here they go. They're actually going. Oh, no. Was that a deliberate knock on? He's got to check it. What's he going to check? Ooh. It's not over yet. Deliberate knock on. Maybe. The plot thickens, folks. Mike Adamson, the pressure's on, son. We need a different angle. That one's too far away. Oh, yeah. Laws stuck a mid out. You can't do that, mate. You can't stick your big mitt out to catch the ball like that one-handed. Bumford, the captain, is in the bin. Or no? Just a penalty. The clock is in the red, Billy, mate. Just a penalty. Lucky. What? It would be very Wales to crap the bed and just muck up the line out, wouldn't it? Can Wales secure their own line-out ball? That's not guaranteed. They've got it, though. Right, they're in the English half now. Going forward. Uh-oh, Itoja's got it. Hey. Freaking Itoja, eh? You may not like him, but he's a bloody good player. And that's it. England hang on for the win. It wasn't the prettiest first half, was it? But honestly, you'll take a grandstand finish like that, won't you? It adds so much to the experience which you've just sat through for like 2 hours, right? It can have been ugly and messy, but if you get a grandstand finish, it makes it all seem worthwhile, right? Itoja turnover. What I mean, he's a clutch, isn't he? All the talk about Marcus Smith, and I know Itoja gets overhyped at times, well, but Itoja is the business. Itoja's a pretty good player. So, yeah, there we go. There we go. April Tui, thanks for staying along. I hope you guys enjoyed the second half, because, as I said, the first half wasn't the easiest watch, but yeah, good close game in the end. I better unleash the children because it is now 7:45 and they are probably getting ready for their breakfast. I will feed them and then gather my thoughts for the review video, but that can wait for a little bit. Jezza, too kind, mate, with the super sticker, with the bravo. Appreciate that, man. Hope you guys have a good evening if you're in that part of the world, afternoon for you guys in North America. For me, it's just the start of the day, although goodness me, can you guys hear that? It sounds like absolute pandemonium. All right, I better go, folks. Cheers as always. Take care of yourselves. Go have a beer, Ellen. You might